have a guest appearance today.
If you're watching.
Penny Bean Ferrari. Penelope.
It's just like the dogs of Soul Haven on the podcast, which I'm down with. Again, like, we're not seeing clients today. It's a Friday. Like, it's a day off. Listen, we're going to be people.
Right. You gotta make do and figure it out.
It's also like,
why not?
And watch the podcast. You'll see dogs.
Yeah. So fun. Who doesn't love dogs?
But he was saying, like, she's okay.
Oh, yes, she's okay. She had knee surgery on her little patella, which is, funnily enough, something that happened with my own knees.
The teeniest, tiniest patella.
It is. She's got a teeny, tiny little staple in her leg. But she is doing great. She is thriving.
You are doing great.
She hates it right now, but she's well.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to Couch Convos, the podcast where we adhere to no strict schedule, and we're allowed to take some time off for the summer because, you know, we're people too.
Because, like, life.
Yeah.
So we're back.
We are.
Yeah.
Let's see how we can get this done. And honestly, like, with the same kind of vein, I really think that I like this episode because it's not super clinical. Like, we'll go into, like, why it makes sense clinically.
Yeah.
But it's one of those where it's like, okay, summer vibe. A lot of clients have disappeared off the face of the planet. Hey, if you're listening to this, please just, like, call your therapist and cancel if you need to cancel.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's hard. And if you can text them, email them.
Right.
Hey, like, we like time off too.
Yeah. 24 hours in advance is
please
lovely.
just, like, let us know.
Yeah. Just so we can step outside.
And if you're also a therapist, like, you get it. And we're just kind of brace ourselves and get through July.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We've got 29 how many days are in July?
Either 30 or 31.
30, 31. I know the knuckle technique, but I forgot
I
that a long time ago. But 30 to 31 days.
Yes.
Less than that now.
I know, like,
July 3rd.
I know, like, you're going to make it a big marketing push month. I'm going to make it a big CE month, and we're going to get through it.
We're going to figure it out. So, while we do that, though, we're coming in to talk about our little life hacks on just, like, some of these are kind of considered, like, self-care.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's just, like, things you do in the daily to get you through the daily.
Well, and I feel like people just want, like, that quick fix sometimes. Yeah. And full disclaimer, like, therapy is not a place for the quick fixes. Like, you can be solutions focused and work in a directive way. But this stuff isn't really, like, therapy things. They're things that I include with sessions. Yeah. But they're never really the primary focus. And what I love about it, too, is these are things that we actually do. So as therapists, you and I are both very busy people, so we can attest to that. Really busy, people-pleasing busybodies.
What?
How many times can I use busy in a sentence? Yeah. So it's a realistic for our life, and I know everyone likes a hack, and also, like, it's summer, it's hot, you might want something a little bit smaller and like easily attainable. So I figured this could be a good time to talk about, like, the little tips and tricks that make our lives easier and just enhance our mental health too.
Yeah. And, you know, it makes sense. Like, you talked about, everyone comes in, they think, like, it's a magic wand. Yeah. Like, first 2 sessions, I'm going to leave feeling completely different. And let's talk about why that is real quick. Hello, social media. Capitalism with all the marketing of, like, you need this pill or this new diet or new fad. This app.
An app, a product, something.
So let's get into it.
Love it.
What's one life hack you've tried that was an absolute just, like, failure?
Literally anything with skincare. And, like, so I have one friend specifically who we went to grad school with and I lived with for a year or so. And she watched me go through the ringer because we were told throughout grad school to, like, self-care, take care of yourself. And it sounds bad. When I think of the time I took care of myself the least, I actually think of graduate school.
Oh, for sure.
Like, oh my gosh, my body was not a temple. Like, I was a horrible person to myself. Yeah. But I always remember my go-to, because they didn't teach us how to care for ourselves in grad school, which is funny. You're learning how to be a therapist and you don't know how to care for yourself. It says a lot. But my mind was always like, 10-step skincare. Yeah. Never worked. Yeah. My stuff now, 3. Yeah. 3 steps.
Which is interesting because dermatologist-wise, they're like, the least things you're doing, the less things you're doing, the better.
Yeah, mine was always, like, skincare related or hair care. I've never been a hair girl.
I mean, you don't have to.
I'm just a bad.
That gorgeous head of hair you got.
But what about you?
So I wanted so hard for this to just be my thing.
Yeah.
Like I've always wanted it to be my thing. But waking up like before the sunrise and like getting out my Bible and just like spending time with the Lord
to start the day,
sipping like a coffee or a tea, like in the backyard, watching the sunrise. I can't do it. I freaking hate getting up early. Absolutely hate it. I was sitting there and I was just like, I am actually angry. I'm angry. I'm angry that I'm awake right now.
Yeah.
Even us getting up super early to go to the gym.
That's hard.
The first couple minutes, I'm like, please don't talk to me because right now I'm just like fighting for my life.
Oh yeah, that is one thing that I've seen on social media where people are like, as soon as you wake up, don't touch your phone, go outside for 10 to 15 minutes and just like touch grass, be in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to do it. So that was mine. It was like getting up before the sunrise and thinking it's going to be like a pleasurable, like life-giving experience that I could spend with the Lord.
That's true.
It was not. It made me very angry.
So then on the other hand, what's one habit that you really fought, but now you're like, I will not get rid of this. It will go to the grave with me.
Dude, so simple, but like going outside.
Yeah.
Like truthfully going outside. And I fought it for so long because for so many years I spent all day, every day outside doing tasks. And I was like, I just want to be inside in the AC, doing nothing.
Like choosing to be outside is lovely.
Yes. But
not right now.
And no, right now it's
anyway.
Just swampy. But like actually truthfully walking outside and being like, even if it's just I'm gonna have a sunflower moment and I'm gonna sit my butt in this chair and just like turn my face to the sun.
Yes.
Something so simple.
It's
and
so
I will not
nice.
give it up anymore.
No.
What about you?
Honestly, putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. I feel like most people in my life now know, because at first because when I would see people be on Do Not Disturb, and I would see like the little thing at the bottom that it was like,
you can push it
this
through.
person is on site, whatever. I would almost feel bad like pushing it through, or I'd be like, ooh, it's so nice. It's so nice. And I'll go into it later, but like, well, one, I have to, and I know you do the same thing when we're with clients. Yeah. So like, I don't have to be worrying about me as a person. I've had like a few exceptions where like, I actually love, again, one habit you cannot pry it out of my cold dead hands is Do Not Disturb. Yeah. Because I love it because like you can go into settings and say, I want to be on D&D except for these people. Oh,
I didn't know that was an option.
I love that because there was at like one point, well, 2 points in my career where like there was someone that was very sick and I needed updates if something changed. So I literally had my entire life on Do Not Disturb except for like 2 people. Right. And it was so nice because then I knew if my phone went off and I got the notification, I needed to get it. But if not, no.
You know what I could see happening?
What?
Is if I knew about there's only a couple people that I could
always do
I would just be on D&D all day long.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh, I'll check it when I'm ready to talk.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I feel like the people that know me well know if I like, if I don't respond, like I didn't respond to you last night. Yeah. I forgot and I was exhausted. So that's why I like wanted to talk to you about it today. Yeah. But the people that know me well are probably like, oh, she just forgot.
I was pissed. No, I'm just kidding.
Or
I knew.
Or
like,
you'll
she's
see
sleeping.
You'll see on read receipts, like read at 4:45 a.m.
Yeah.
Most of my people are like, you read this at a wild hour.
Like yes, that's
good timing. But yeah, Do Not Disturb. Love it. We'll never change it.
Amazing. So those are our little lovely ties. And like moving into these are all things again that like we have come up with. Yeah. So I mean, there's some actually science and therapy behind it. But essentially we had the conversation. Sarah texted me and said, what are the things that like you just like do
that like make your life better and just enhance your mental health? And they're not things that you would be like, what's good for my mental health today? But again, like it just makes life better. So these are
some of these are like plant needs.
Yes, there's mental health life hacks that again, like we forget or they can get lost in the busyness. So the first hill we're willing to die on: breakfast.
Eating breakfast.
Eat breakfast.
Most important meal of the day, you guys. From Gary.
So okay, so what's your current go-to?
So I've been eating a lot of those little protein pancakes.
Okay, yeah. Do you have like the Kodiak ones or
they're like pre-made?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Premier.
Yeah,
I think they're Premier.
I see the box in my head.
Yes.
Are they good?
So oh my god, they're delicious.
I used to eat the cereal that they make.
Yeah. No, I love them. They got a great amount of protein in them. Also, you can like pair them with a little bit of syrup, and I get my sugar fix
get
because
some jam.
Oh yeah, a little
butter.
jam, even some butter if I'm feeling real country for the day. So currently it is that, but this one right here.
Yeah.
Cereal.
I love cereal.
I love cereal. I could eat cereal for every single meal.
Dry or with milk? I like to munch on dry cereal.
So I know I just made that face, and then I was sitting there thinking, no, Caroline, you
like
100%
a dry
do
frosted
this.
flake.
Yes. Or a Cheerio.
Yes.
I feel like a toddler, but
Apple
like
cinnamon
a
Cheerios
dry
are my favorite.
Now they have puffs, and it's like
really?
Yeah, they have like these little not actually Cheerio flavored or whatever, but like the puffs things. I feel like that's our equivalent.
Have protein Cheerios now.
Oh, they also have like fiber Cheerios.
I know.
Too, right? How you know you've hit 30 when you start looking for extra fiber. But cereal is something that is like constantly a go-to.
I love that.
And I mean, you know, you can make your like flavors. Like I got a little Captain Crunch moment when I'm feeling just really like struggling.
Yeah.
Or if I want to feel like happy and like, oh wow, I really did something for my body. I might do a little Raisin Bran. Because if you've been on this podcast, you know
my body. You're in need of some Raisin Bran.
You're in need of some Raisin Bran, or a good like basic 4.
Yeah.
But yes. So right now, the protein pancakes.
I love it.
All-time fave cereal.
Okay.
What about you?
So I'm totally one that goes through hyperfixations with breakfast.
Yeah.
So my current, it used to be something else, but like right now, I egged myself out, so I can't no eggs right now. Yeah. But right now it's turkey bacon.
Ooh.
I get a peach or an apricot or a plum.
Very specific.
It's like because it's like they're called stone fruits. It's just like ones with a pit. So apricots, plums, peaches, cherries. They're all really in season right now. So it's usually like turkey bacon, an in season fruit, and then some kind of bread. Yeah. It's usually an English muffin, but like today it was like the sourdough that I just made. It's always that. It's like 3 slices of turkey bacon, an English muffin, and a stone fruit.
Delicious.
All the time.
I
just need it.
Yeah.
But okay, again, like there is science behind all of this. But for you, again, why is this helpful? And so if you don't do this, what happens? So if you don't have breakfast.
Yeah. So if I don't have breakfast, I will become a fainting goat and I will pass out. So that's a number one of just like my body fails on me and is like, no, you can't do your day. Yeah. But also I'm so angry. I get the hangry. I get the brain fog. I get, you know, all of that coming with low blood sugar and not being able to think through things, not being able to have like a conversation. And my body just feels like it's moving in slow motion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think like for me, I just, again, the brain fog and I'm just exhausted. Like I quite literally no gas in the tank. Yeah. And honestly, I'm just a grumpy turd. Yeah. Like I am just not fun to be around. I'm not as productive, which makes me laugh that like, I'm not a skip breakfast kind of person. That's never really been me. Yeah. But I don't eat first thing in the morning. So like I'm usually doing stuff before I eat. Right. But so there are some days where like I wait too long, but by the time I'm eating, I'm like, wow, this is awful. Yeah. And it takes me hours to recover. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, and it makes me think of, I'm calling Kyle out. He does not eat breakfast and he only drinks coffee in the morning. I'm like, my heart would actually not survive that.
If also for your cortisol, caffeine on an empty stomach, you literally wake up and you put your body into a stress state. Yeah. My spouse does the same thing. Ryan wakes up, coffee.
And then multiple coffees after that. Yes. And I'm just like, you're drinking a whole pot a day and you don't eat until like 1? Yes. That's wild. So, okay. You're talking to people.
So it doesn't just sound like we're like pooping on our spouses and fiancés and things like that.
Love them.
They're great, but science does back why this is helpful. So this isn't just like a great life hack that enhances our lives. Like there is reasoning behind it. And one of them is people who regularly eat breakfast tend to have better concentration, improved mood, and lower perceived stress. And I do think a lot of that is because you are inputting fuel and not a stimulant. Right. Because the stimulant will be stressful.
Yeah. And like we talked about protein too, specifically, and that stabilizes your blood sugar, which then helps with just your body kind of like operating in full gear.
Yeah.
And then like blood sugar functions and like mimics anxiety symptoms. Like when I talk about, oh, I feel like I go into brain fog, or like I start to feel that shakiness, irritable, sweating, all of that. That can also be from blood sugar dropping or being too high. I would, and then reducing your energy.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have enough protein.
Oh, you tank. You hit the deck.
Yeah.
Well, I think people don't realize that. And again, there's also this just like, I think there's this emphasis on protein that needs to be debunked. And I know a lot of really lovely like registered dietitians and nutritionists are talking about that.
Yeah.
But it's always like, hey, it's a combination of protein and fiber. Protein, carb, fat, fiber. Like it's all of these things.
Yeah.
I think folks just forget. And it's just, again, protein's also expensive.
Right.
Life is expensive.
It is. Well, and protein's sometimes like hard. Like we talk about,
it's harsh on the stomach too.
The pureness of protein too. That's like eggs. You have to eat, what is it? I think like over 4 eggs in order for it to be the percentage or whatever. And sometimes people are like,
that's
I don't
so
have
much
enough time, or I don't want to eat that
that's
much.
Also like for me when I think about the texture.
Oh yeah, and then people are like, oh, mix in cottage cheese. That's a great source of protein. I'm like, I have tried everything that I can to eat cottage cheese, and my taste buds just will not do it.
Yeah, fair. So I will say, so for all of these little life hacks, like I would love our listeners to know why it became something that's important to us. Because again, they might have their own thing. It might not be breakfast, but it could be their own thing. So why has this become just like a staple in your life?
Yeah, well, I think it all started because of sports, because I would have to get up super early to go and, use my body in a way that people don't typically do, and it's not really sometimes made for. So I would make sure that I was fueled all the time.
Yeah.
But I also recognize that I have hypoglycemia. So I have extreme, like my blood sugar tanks.
Just a little roller coaster.
Yes. And like I will pass out and do all the things that I talked about earlier, which it was very scary. I think I found that out in like 2nd grade.
Yeah.
And so I had to start carrying around little glucose tablets, which I will be doing tomorrow. Yeah. Running the peach tree, you guys. So send thoughts and prayers my way.
Thoughts of hydration and coolness.
Yeah.
Igloos only.
Yes. Let's hope. And so for me, it was truthfully like, 1, being able to get through my day, but 2, I would be out there on the court and I could feel my mental game lapsing if I did not eat enough. And I could feel when that food went down. So then when I moved to college and it truthfully like became my job, it was like, okay, no, you have to fuel your body or else you're not going to make it through the day. So honestly, for me, it was essentially a necessity of making sure my body could work appropriately. And then now that I've become like someone who does not do forced activity, it's just been something that's like 1, a habit and a routine that I just enjoy, but 2, also just helps me feel like a human.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How about you?
So it sounds really bad, but I feel like you're told breakfast is the most important meal of the day for your entire life. That never really meant anything to me.
No?
Until way too late. Okay. I think it's just a phrase that was said so much, it just kind of lost its meaning, honestly. And no one ever said why.
Why was it? Yeah, that's true.
And that's the hard part is like, so the way I was raised, it was great, but it wasn't to blindly take direction. It was like my parents always raised us to say like, hey, this is why we're asking this of you.
Right.
So that we understood and we agreed with it. And if we didn't, we'd like have a discussion. Awesome. You could tell both my folks know about psychology and child development, whatever. Great job, Mom and Dad. But that also means like when I heard like very blanket statements, it would completely go over my head, or I would just like rebel against it. Like, don't tell me what to do. I don't know why. So no. And it wasn't until I had some like health concerns and I ended up with a registered dietitian that I actually learned why it was important. And she was also telling me about, I should probably realize this now, how high protein breakfasts help neurodivergent brains.
Aww.
Because she was like, you're truly very gifted.
Yeah.
Because like when our first like session as with a nutritionist, which I highly recommend, honestly, anyone go see a dietitian and a nutritionist, especially in an age of too much information online of like not credible sources. I recommend clients go to one probably every week.
Yeah.
There's also one nearby here. That's amazing.
Anchored Mind.
Yeah, Kristen, she's the best.
We love working with her.
So when I went to see one, she was talking about like a neurodivergent gifted brain and high protein breakfast. Mm-hmm. And it was so helpful. But as I've gotten older, I realized I'm sensory seeking in the morning.
Okay.
And so before I would like have a breakfast, but I would still be hungry.
Yeah.
And it would always be for a different texture.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't actually hungry. I just wanted a different sensation.
Yeah.
So now I cycle through different hyperfixation breakfasts, but I always make sure it like taps into different sensations for me. So like right now I have like a fluffy bread, a salty bacon, and a sweet fruit.
I was just thinking that. I was thinking of the textures you just mentioned.
Yes.
And even the chewing that you have to do in it and like what your mouth has to do.
Yeah. Because if I don't, I just like won't feel satisfied even if I'm full.
Yeah.
My brain is still like, no, I need more. I want more.
You love tapas?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love them. For a while I made a hash brown bowl. I might go back to that this summer. If I can do with eggs again. But I would like scramble some eggs and then I would crisp up. They sell like frozen sausage crumbles. So they get crispy and then I put hash browns. But then I would add like a fruit salsa to it. That'll be cold. And once in a while I put it in a breakfast taco. So good.
See, if I could cook, that would sound amazing.
Well, we can just prep it. But that was always my thing. It just took a little bit.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So sensory seeking.
So obviously more hills we're willing to die on. We talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Moving your body.
Move your body in a way that feels good for you.
Yes, that's the thing. So, okay. So how has your relationship with movement changed? And I know that like we've talked around it a lot, but not specifically about it.
Yeah. Well, before body movement was a purpose. Yeah. It's like, okay, it's for competition. You are doing this so that you can like do well on the court and all these things. There was always a function behind it. It was like a job. So moving my body was a job. And so that's why I pushed so hard back on it when I finished with college. Like I tried to kind of bring it into my grad school, late adulthood, and it was just the same things I was doing in college. I was like, this is not fun. And so it went from there's purpose in it, of this serves a thing in my life, to I'm still doing the same things I was doing when it served a purpose, but now it doesn't serve that purpose. So it kind of feels dumb, honestly. I'm going to use that word of like, it felt dumb of like, why should I have to move my body? I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to rest. And I kind of pushed back on it. But now we're at a place where I'm so far removed from all of that. I can appreciate the time of my life that was and everything that happened there, while also saying, I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. And now I just love a good Beltline walk. Like if I can do a little hot girl walk on the Beltline, get myself a smoothie, and just like take the dog, so you get to hang out with the dogs, kind of just see the scenery, the people, landscapes, all of that stuff. Like I will lift weights now, but I do it twice a week. Yeah. Where it's like, okay, this is enough to make me feel like my muscles are doing, work without feeling like, oh, I'm just like hurting myself doing all of this. So that was my kind of like transition period. Yeah. What about you?
Honestly, my relationship with movement was always punishment or obligation. It was like, because even like think like growing up, even though I chose to be involved in athletics, I was just kind of doing it because I felt like I had to. Yeah. And then the movement I was doing, my body type wasn't naturally what was expected. So like I did a lot of like distance running. I don't naturally have a distance runner build, and I would be running with people who did. Yeah. And so I always felt like I was being punished. And I also had to work a lot harder to chase a build that naturally wasn't mine. So it went from honestly like punishment to obligation as I got older. Like I even remember the pressure of like, don't gain the freshman 15, and like even saying that, just like I don't like to even say that because I'm thinking about like listeners hearing it and it doesn't feel right. It felt like obligation. Like I would go to the gym in undergrad, which again, Ramsey at UGA, amazing gym, massive. I've never felt more anxious in my life going to that gym. Couldn't stand it, but I felt like I had to. Now it's not even remotely like that. Now it's honestly, it just feels like a celebration. Like it's my favorite part of every day, and I'll get into it later, but it definitely went from like punishment, obligation to that of like celebration. Yeah. And it's so nice. I love it.
bring the Jonas Brothers, celebrate with me tonight. So science-wise, and like what science tells us, like sure, okay, it sounds great. We see it all over Instagram.
Everyone tells you like move your body,
all the stuff. But back to Sarah's reason for why she didn't eat breakfast in the beginning. They want to know why. Sometimes they don't say why, so let's say why. Well, one, lowers anxiety. Like literally the chemicals. Legally blonde, y'all. Legally blonde. Endorphins. And she works out. Endorphins make you happy, and happy people don't kill their husbands. So lowers anxiety, fewer depressive symptoms, improves executive functioning. So when we talk about like that brain fog, it helps to kind of get the brain online, get it moving. And then better sleep because, hello, you're feeling more tired.
Oh my gosh. I was just talking about that this morning.
Yeah. I know we talk about this with kids of like, wear them out, or like puppies, wear them out. Adults and teens and young adults, we all need that too.
Well, and I think it brings up this good concept of we didn't hear this as much as kids. We didn't hear this idea of like get X amount of minutes of exercise per week.
Yeah.
Because nowadays kids by default have more sedentary options. They're on tablets, they're on computer games, they're on Roblox, Minecraft, things like that. That's not our generation. We had you're outside until the streetlights come on and like play in the dirt. Like
didn't have to ask me to go ride my bike.
Correct. Like I'd go outside and play with the neighbors, play hide and seek. Like I can still tell you the best places I would hide at my childhood home. Like, and so I know that it can be hard and overwhelming for parents and kids now to hear that, but just know that it's not out of like punishment.
Right.
There's just a lot more options for things for kids to do, and the sedentary stuff is easier. But again, like embracing movement, just it helps your body continue. And it's if you're thinking about if your body's a machine and you're not engaging in movement, you're just building up like grease and grime and things like that. Like you just want to have some sort of movement that just keeps your body functioning, not constantly, but just like engages your muscles. Again, like just keeps you strong.
Yeah. And I know one thing you mentioned was finding movement that like you actually like.
Yes.
So tell me about that. Like, why is that important?
So I actually, I think I mentioned this in a past episode, but someone in my book club actually asked me about my relationship with exercise because she was like, you talk about exercise in such a positive light, and I want to teach that for my kids. Yeah. One of the best compliments I've ever gotten, just because of my own past history. I was like,
thank you.
Wow, because I've never thought about it.
Yeah.
So for me, I had to really trial and error different forms of movement. And I don't think that's encouraged. I think it's a lot of like, I think people get a lot of messaging or give a lot of messaging of this is the way you have to move. And I think social media isn't helpful because they're like, this is the ideal regimen for a woman of this age, a man of this age. If you want this build if you want this result, whatever. Honestly, the second I, one, started moving for non-aesthetic reasons, and two, threw away expectation, I found something I loved. And like the form of movement I love now, the major like corporation just celebrated like 25 years. And for boutique fitness, like that's unheard of to be around for that long. And again, like it's finding something you love, and it did take trial and error, and it did take a while, but now like I have community. Like this morning I took like a yoga based class. Ooh. I hate yoga. I cannot stand it, but one of my friends was the instructor, and I had other friends in the class. Right. And so like that's literally why I woke up this morning, not to stretch and do yoga and have a pigeon pose for a minute, but instead I was like,
love a good pigeon.
Ugh. But instead I was like, ooh, Courtney's teaching today. I love that. And I get to catch up with my friends.
Yeah.
So again, like trial and error is so fun because that means when you're embracing movement, you're not just going in saying, I have to burn this amount of calories. I have to do this. I have to look this way. It's like, no, I wake up every single morning and I say like, one, I get to do something for myself. I get to start the day with my friends, and I just feel good after. Like, and that's it. Yeah. What about you?
You know, tapping into that, it's kind of the same thing of like, it doesn't become an event. Yeah. Of, okay, I feel like I need to do this in order for me to be a good human.
There's so much pressure.
Yes. Instead, it's a part of something. Like you mentioned, like community. Of a Beltline walk.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
First of all, so many people. You're in a community. Second of all, you can talk with your friend while you do it.
Did you see Hillary Duff talked about the Beltline recently?
No.
So she had her Alpharetta show a few weeks ago. Yeah. And she talked about how like she went out for a walk on the Beltline earlier that day. And she was so happily surprised at the amount of people not on their phones. Yeah. And she was like, I loved walking on the Beltline in Atlanta because people were present.
Yeah.
So.
Look at that.
What
Go
Hillary
us.
says goes.
Go us. This is what dreams are made of. Throwing that in there. Just dropping. But yes, it doesn't have to feel like an event, but being able to move my body just every day in some capacity makes it feel just a routine, just a part of my life, instead of it, again, being directed towards something. If I want to look this way or I want to be able to do this thing. And I'm not saying that if that's your thing.
Right.
That's your thing.
Your thing.
For me, thankfully I am in a position where I do not have to do physical therapy in order to make my body work in a certain way.
We've both been through
anymore. Been there, done that. And so thankfully don't have to do that anymore. But if that's your reasoning, nothing wrong with that. But for me, that doesn't need to be my reasoning anymore. And so instead of letting it just drop off and be I don't do it, now it's just something of no, I recognize that I feel good doing it. It's kind of a part of my routine. And honestly, it helps my body feel energized after sitting all day.
Well, and I also love how you and I have had takes on it. That's also so applicable to chronic illness communities too, because you can adapt it no matter how your body's doing that day. Because again, it's not prescriptive. It's not, I have to get this many steps today. It's literally I want to move my body in a way today that feels good. Yeah. And so if you don't have that much bandwidth, okay, maybe you stretch if you can. Maybe you lay on the floor. Maybe you sit outside. Maybe you take a walk. Maybe you throw around weights. Again, when you find a way to move your body that feels like a celebration of it and it feels just like gratitude, stick with it. And also don't be afraid to change it. Yeah. Because again, our bodies will be different every single day. Yeah. Even this week, one of my friends I work out with, she was like, I just don't feel good. I'm going to go down in weights. And I looked at her and I was like, girl, it's hot. Yeah.
It's exhausting just getting out of your car right now.
Yes.
Much less going to lift heavy objects.
Exactly. Yeah. So I love that. I can just, I always just want to go for walks. It's so hot and I can't walk right now.
I know it does stink.
I'm walking inside and it's just.
Well, you can get one of those little fans that just blow. Maybe that would help.
I need to do that.
Yeah. But speaking of bandwidth, that takes us into our list on number 3.
I love this one.
Protect your attention. And that can look very differently. We talked about do not disturb.
So different.
We talked about all the things. But, okay, so what is one digital boundary that you've implemented? And then what is one you still want to work on?
So I have started to mute people.
Ooh.
I actually haven't started. I've been doing it for years. Yeah. So again, I can't stand social media. I just can't stand it. I know we've talked about it before. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't like it. It's harmful to me. It sounds bad, but we post on social media. We may have caused harm for others, and that's a hard cross to bear. I just can't stand it. I just think it does more harm than good. So because we live in this digital age, and there's certain people that I follow and follow me that I can't unfollow because then there would be some drama. Right. Or they would know there is a feature where you snooze them and you mute them so that you're still following each other, but you don't see their stuff. Yeah. I've done that with a lot of people.
And you could do that on story and post.
That you can.
Or separately, all together. Yep. You can specialize it.
Yes.
Specialize your muting.
Or there's a few folks where they've been in certain seasons of life that are hard for me to see. So I will snooze or mute their posts and then I'll turn it back on later because I do want to see how they're doing. Yeah. I love that feature. Yep. But one that I really still need to work on is when I access social media and the time of it. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. I also want to play on that because you did something the other day that I didn't even know we could do of clearing the caches to go ahead and reset your algorithm essentially. I actually told a client about that.
It's amazing.
They were expressing seeing a lot of things going on in their season that they were trying to have in their season and they're it just keeps popping up. I was like, you know what, someone actually told me that you can do this. You can go in there and just reset it,
clear it,
so that if you don't want to see a bunch of wedding timelines or travel
or fitness content. Yes. We live in a scary body era right now.
Whatever it might be, you can go in there and you can change it.
And even on Instagram, you can block keywords. I do that a lot.
I do that with animals.
I block Ozempic.
Do you really?
I do. Pop because off. That means, and I again, I don't like social media, but it does everything related to it. So all of the posts related to like the Ozempidemic and Ozempic and like all of that, it's just not on my feed.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Wow, that is amazing.
So, okay, there's a lot of research behind this, obviously. Social media, it's kind of the worst, but it can be a great tool for connectivity. But again, like research shows that reducing social media to 30 minutes per day, which is a very short amount of time.
Yep.
It will obviously dramatically improve anxiety, depression, loneliness, and sleep because of that blue light. And this idea of like frequent notifications.
Yeah.
It will increase your attention switching. And so it's harder to just recover from stress. And you also just can't be present if you're constantly getting dings, if the little numbers are bothering you. Like if you're constantly vibrating, it's just not gonna work.
Yeah. And like therapy side, distraction, you guys.
Yes.
Like distracting from what's going on in the world, in our own life, our own feelings. Like when you start to feel yourself reaching for that phone and you're feeling uncomfortable, there's something going on there. I'm looking you right in your eyeballs while I'm saying that. There's something going on there. So just sit with that.
So how do you manage your attention and like your social media and like just your digital life?
Yeah.
How's that part of what enhances your life?
Yeah. So,
because it could be like a life ruiner.
Yeah. Well, so what I do is like, I used to check Instagram as soon as I woke up. Like that would be the first thing that I would do. And then I would get on there and then I'd feel rushed in order to get ready to leave and all the things.
Yeah.
So by shifting that attention, I hate that I'm about to use this word, but I feel like it is important, is that it helps with my productivity.
Okay.
In the sense of I don't get just like looped into the hole where I'm now on this for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
That was like very much work-wise and school-wise, which is why I use the word productivity with that side. But then we'll also bring it into social then I have more time to just do things that are energizing and fun for me, because social media is not something that I just enjoy. I like to see people and what's going on in their life.
Yes.
But
you're so creative.
Yes. So I do like Pinterest. I love a good Pinterest. I don't consider that a bad form of social media for me, because I don't use it in that capacity.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that when I would see people going through or experiencing seasons of life on Instagram, because I would get so locked in, I would never actually reach out to them. Yeah. And then I would think like, it's I just talked to them. Yeah. And it's like, no, I actually did not talk to them. I just saw a picture on there. And so it's helped me connect with other people too, by not knowing everything that's going on in their life. I love that. Ask. And so when I ask, I get to actually talk to them, which is lovely. But then also like the way that I kind of like manage my attention with social media too, and how I kind of check in and tap in with my attention is I do silent car rides. And we've talked about those before.
They're so good.
Of just like having a moment to myself where I do nothing. Like all this morning, silent car ride for an hour. Just Penny and I
will say, have you seen Pinterest just came out with an ad recently? And I loved it because the ad was like, Pinterest, the social media app designed to get you off social media.
Yes, I did see that.
I loved that.
I just got goosies.
I know.
Because I agree.
And it was like, we want to inspire you to close the app and go do something.
Like it gives you options to actually engage in your life.
I loved it. Like honestly, it was one of the best social media advertisements I've ever seen. Because it was like, we want to keep your attention, and then we want to see you close our app and go live.
It's kind of like, this is so going to date me and like all the things. Is it Hinge? It says we're the app that's meant to be deleted.
Designed to be deleted, yes.
Very different side of that, but essentially the same thing. Okay, so limits and changes. And what that looks like for you and your space.
Well, obviously I love Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
But I had to really start telling myself that I need to implement the same things personally that I do professionally. Because professionally, I've always had the same disclaimer at the bottom of all my emails. And I don't even remember what I called it because it's been there for years. Oh, it's like a well-being notice. Yeah. And it literally says at the bottom of every single work email I send, it says, I have sent this at a time that works for me. Please reply at a time that works for you. And it's literally just like, no pressure, do what you can, get back to me when you can. I didn't do that personally. And I would always be the person to reply instantly. Yeah. And like one, I just did that because I didn't like notifications stacking up.
Same.
But over time, I would be like, this is not sustainable. And then I almost felt like anxiety when I would get a text because I would felt the pressure to respond immediately. So recently, I've just been like waiting to respond until I've had the bandwidth, which has honestly been really challenging for me, because I think that sometimes when I'm like, oh, like if someone does it to me, I'm like, I want to make sure I didn't do something wrong. I didn't. They're just waiting to reply. Right. And it's not a big deal, because I know for me, when I'm waiting, that actually shows me how much I care about them.
Yeah.
And like they deserve better than my like frantic in between sessions reply.
Intentional.
Yes. And then something else I've done is I put a lot of keywords to block in social media, but also when I need to scroll, I go to Pinterest right now. And I love my Pinterest algorithm. It's all art and food.
Ooh,
like
I love that.
My food board has so many pins right now. Like I even like added my mom to it because I was sending her all of these recipes all the time. Yeah. But yeah, so like when I feel the need to scroll, I'm like, no, I just want to go be creative and I want to look at stuff, and I'll go to Pinterest right now. Yeah. Ideally, I want my screen time to go down, but that's just like my go-to. It is hard though to think about your digital space when you work for yourselves. Yeah. We could be working 24/7 if we could.
We 100% could, because we have everything on our phone that we would need to be able to work all day, every day.
Well, and I know there have been times, like I even remember like when I went on our honeymoon, I took Slack off my phone. I took it off my phone. I muted my email, things like that. That was really helpful for me because I didn't have the self-control to not check it. Yeah. I know I've even joked with you, like, I'm going to lock you out of things. Which like come wedding time, I'm probably going to lock you out of things.
Woohoo! Well, and have you seen the new, because I know
the bricks.
Or the block or whatever, where you can like shut down
love that.
Your phone for it, because I know a lot of people were getting flip phones, but then you don't have access to the other things, and a lot of us, like most business things are now you need some form of a smartphone. I know, in order to
which
use
is
it,
so
which
hard.
is wild.
Because if I could, I would say like Soul Haven needs like a Motorola Razr. Yeah, but we need internet.
Yeah, so, but like having the block or the brick or whatever it's called, where you can just like shut it down for because. Okay, yes, you have the thing on your phone where you can get the app, or it can shut you out of apps or whatever, but you can also just like click no or put in a password, whereas this, I don't know if it gives you an option.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which, amazing.
Have you seen some parents are doing what they call like their kitchen phone?
Yes.
I love it, because obviously when we grew up, like you had your house phone.
Right.
Like there weren't there were like the jitterbugs were a thing, which was like a really tiny, and also a Firefly. But like
I heard about the Firefly.
All of the kids in elementary school, the only kids that would have it were like, it sounds about the children of divorce, and it was literally just to like coordinate logistics and to get picked up. Yeah. But again, like there was no need for a phone. No. I would argue there's still no need for a phone. But again, do what you want.
Different things.
Yes. But I love this idea of like people implementing like, no, my phone lives in the kitchen, or like this is like going to be treated as our landline. Yeah. Yeah. Just bring back landlines. Bring them back. Also, they were so cute. I loved my little, I had a little mini one, and then I had a little Hello Kitty one. Adorable. And that was so exciting when I got to pick my phone. Okay. So attention, choosing where our attention goes. Protecting our attention. On to number 4. Having an evening ritual. Yes. And it's, again, this is not a glamorized evening routine. No. But it's your own rituals. Yes. So, okay, for you, what tells your brain, we're done? You're done.
We're done. Okay, Valen. Valen, if you're listening, girl, we love you.
Congratulations on your marriage.
Yes, and congratulations. I'm glad you got that wedding done, because you were stressing me out watching how last minute everything was. I was like, oh, Valen, baby, I'm sweating for you. My comfy clothes, my PJs. I'm a big jammies girl. Like, I get home, and Kyle will call me out if I've had an early, because usually I finish around 7:30, so I usually don't get home until 7:30, 8 o'clock. I need to have boundaries. Yes, I am aware. But put it in the comments if you also agree.
But you need boundaries?
Wild. But I would, put my jammies on, because that would make sense. But if I get done early, it could be like 4. I will put my jammies on at 4
As
o'clock.
you should.
And I'm like,
I
it's
love that.
symbolizing that my day is over. And we're about to get into it, I think, a little bit down the bottom. But there's a reason why too. So that's mine.
It's interesting.
Comfy jammies.
Ryan does the same thing. Like he will just like change out of his work clothes. I remember my dad did the same thing too growing up. And like that was always like our thing. Like I remember when my dad came home from work. Yeah. It was just this like unspoken like, hey, like give dad his space to transition into dad mode. Yeah. And like we knew like he would come home, he'd usually like say hey to my mom, he'd say hey to us, but he'd be like pretty quiet, subdued. You could tell he was in like corporate man mode. Right. But he'd go upstairs and then he would come downstairs, jump off the bottom like 2 steps, and he'd be wearing like his blue comfy shorts. Amazing. And we would always talk about like, oh, dad's in his blue shorts, like dad mode.
Well, and if you think about like working from home, because we are, you know, very privileged in the fact that we do have a space, and so we get to have a car ride. Right. But my work from home people, and especially if you don't have a specific room, if it's just like so in the space, it's like you never leave. You have to do something. Yeah, having that moment of like, okay, what closes my day? Yeah, so important. So, what is your moment of? Mine's my drive. Okay,
and I know it's interesting. Whenever I talk to people about like my drive and like my commute time, they're always like, "That's kind of long." I'm like,
but it feels good.
I really like it.
It's good long.
Because again, like I'm either driving in silence, I have my like Y2K playlist, or I'm listening to a book. And so my drives, I've actually like stopped. Another like digital boundary I've done is I've silenced my texts in my car. I used to like announce my texts as they came in. It doesn't anymore. Yeah. It's lovely. I didn't realize how obnoxious it was until I turned it off. But like my drives are like my reset, which is really nice. But like even like you said, like my sister-in-law works from home and she gets dressed every single day. And like in Adrian, like when she gets dressed, like she gets dressed, like she looks great. Yes. And even on the days where like she's not feeling it, she'll still put on like a cute comfy set. And it's the same thing as like she needs to have those bookends for her life.
Yeah. So this little bit of science I did not know. I guess it kind of made sense, and I'm so glad that this is true because fun. But warm showers 1 to 2 hours before bed may help people fall asleep faster by supporting the body's natural cooling process.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Like, so having a warm shower like helps for your body to cool down.
I guess because it like relaxes you and it like engages in like homeostasis. Yeah, and again, it just like takes you out of that stress mode.
So like a shifting of your temperatures, very somatic, very cool. And that, you know, this one, a consistent bedtime routine is associated with improved sleep quality, which supports emotional regulation of like our bodies crave consistency. They do. They really do. They really do.
You can still be a calm and chill person, but have a routine.
Have a routine.
I tell parents that all the time. They're like, I don't want to be too type A. I'm like, hey, you can still be chill and work on a schedule. If anything, having a schedule will help you be more chill.
Right. And you know, you can even be flexible within your schedule of like.
So, okay, like your just bookends of the day. Yes. How does it enhance your life? Why is this a big life hack for you?
Okay. So here's my thing, and this is 100% a personal thing for me. Yeah. This does not mean that I feel negatively about our profession, so I'm going to caveat with that. But my jammy time always comes after my nightly shower. If that means I shower twice in the day, I shower in the morning after I work out or whatever, and then I shower and or wash my face as soon as I get home. Because I like to wash the day off of me.
I love that.
Like if it's essentially like my I'm washing all the feelings I've had. I'm washing
everybody else.
Yes, and that's why I say I love this profession, but like you do carry it.
You hold a lot.
So I'm washing off like what was said to me today, the emotions I was carrying for others. I'm even just like frustration or maybe, you know, of course, the physical sensation of like a nice little warm, like cool down moment. And that is something that I do not do. I do not take cold showers. Mine are always warm.
Mine are the same way.
Mine are always warm because that's just relaxing for me. But that's how I like bookend is by essentially like a wash off, like a cleanse of, okay, now I can officially be just Caroline and be a human, and I don't have my entire day just like sitting on me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oof.
How about you?
So mine's the opposite, and I think it's just like a night person versus a morning person. Yeah. I have to start my day doing something for myself. And like, you know what? I will admit I start my day earlier than I assume the majority of human beings.
For sure.
I would say, is that like a fair?
Yes, very fair.
Okay. I start my day very, very early, but it's because I start my day early and I do something for myself. Again, like I work out, I exercise in the morning. That is my time for me. And because we work in a helping profession, I need that reminder that I'm a person. Yeah. And that's what I've learned just like over the years is starting the day, putting myself first sets a tone where I'm a better therapist because like I have satisfied my needs before I even get to work that day. Because even on the days where like I take a rest day or like I take a day off, I actually am not as good and I'm not as like energized and things like that. So I need to start my day doing something for myself, and it's usually movement of some sort. But I think at night, what I typically like end my night reading, and like the light I'm engaged in is not the light of my phone, but it's my Kindle. And I like to make sure that I hit a certain amount of steps per day, not for movement's sake, but for sleep's sake. Yeah. We have a very sedentary job. Yeah. I didn't realize that until like recently. And I was like, wow, like we don't move during the day. So like I try to just like, if I need to, get a little bit of light movement after work, just so I can sleep better. And also just like saying no and like leaving places early. If it's a school night, I'm like, no, I need to go to bed, and like really protecting my sleep.
Yeah. I love that we still call them school nights.
They are.
They are school nights.
Yes.
So that's our list of our big ones. Our things that we do. But like there's also some little tiny, which I don't even consider them tiny, but just like habits we don't think about that deserve a little bit more credit.
They do.
Of like, okay, setting up yourself for the future.
Yes.
Of like putting in and planning for future you and like doing a favor for that. That might be
set your clothes out.
Filling up your water bottle, set your clothes out, go ahead and just like decide on like, okay, what do I want to do first tomorrow? And not in a like, I must use the most out of my time, but instead just like reducing that mental load. So when you wake up and into your next day, that's one less thing for you to think about, that you can direct that attention on something that you actually want to think about.
Yeah. How I like to think about it is like, if I have a little bit of extra gas in the tank, what's one thing I can do for my future self? And it can literally be anything from like wipe the counters down to set up my workout clothes for the morning.
Hi. Just a big stretch from our little girl. She said, ooh, tiny habits we love. I'm awake for this.
So another one that I love is like 5 to 10 minute resets of your space. Just because like a big cleaning day or a few cleaning hours, that is overwhelming. And many people don't have that time. Again, set a 5 to 10 minute timer. Just like mess with your space, tidy things up. I can like vacuum my living room in 5 minutes. Like do something in your space and just like a small cleaning spurt and not a giant cleaning day if you can't. It's fine.
Paralysis by analysis definitely happens. And so like the 3-minute rule, if you need to, of like, okay, I'm just going to set a timer for 3 minutes. I'm going to do this. And after 3, I'm going to reassess if I want to keep going or if I want to stop. Next one. This one makes the most sense, but we just truly don't think about it. It's like making plans before you're feeling lonely.
Yes.
Of like, it doesn't have to be, I have nothing to do, now I must make a plan.
Right.
It could be, oh, you know what? I'd actually really like to see this person. I'm going to be intentional about when we see each other next, instead of getting into that, the emotional space of like, okay, now it's a need that I'm trying to meet. And go ahead and like it's kind of in the same thing of like preparing for future self.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also just like you mentioned it earlier, of like taking a walk without consuming content. And like I love the idea of like a sunflower walk of like, again, if you need a device on you for safety reasons, it's different. Right. But like don't have a podcast in, don't have an audiobook, music, nothing. Like literally just walk. hear the sounds outside, like especially like it's summer. Like when I go for a walk in my neighborhood, I can hear kids playing and like screaming, and honestly it like gives me hope in the future to hear kids playing outside. I really like it. And it'll ground you, feel what the sun feels like on your skin. And then go inside because it's really hot.
And then make sure you cool off. Also hydrate before said walk.
Especially if you're on SSRIs that make you more prone to overheating.
Yeah, there you go. We'll dropping that in there, please. Okay, so if you had to convince someone to try one of your habits, what would it be?
Honestly, I would say like do something for yourself.
Yeah.
When you start your day. Start your day doing something for you. What do you think?
Mine's my shower.
Yeah.
I just love it so much. So try that, shower the day off.
Yeah.
Or shower it in the beginning to prep your body for the day. Whatever you want to do. But like not just going in of this is just something that I do for hygiene. Yeah. But actually giving it a meaning for your day.
And then is there like a life habit that you typically overcomplicate that you and other people could probably benefit from streamlining?
Just taking care of myself.
Gotcha.
I feel
yeah.
That face, just kind of says it all. Yeah. Of like I overcomplicate my self-care and caring for myself. Well, of like if I have time to do one thing I enjoy, I want to do all the things that I enjoy. Yeah. And it's like no. You're good to just like Animal Cross
and just chill.
Whenever. And then if you get wrapped in, it's okay that you missed doing your paint by numbers because it was for you.
It's fine.
Yeah. What about you?
Honestly, mine is like food and fuel.
Okay.
I overcomplicate the crap out of it. Something that like I've been doing lately is again, like you get all this pressure of like, okay, I need a protein, a carb, a fat, a fiber. Like, I don't know why we designate certain foods for certain parts of the day. The other day I was like, if I want breakfast for lunch, who cares? Yeah. And like for protein, I don't know if you've seen them in like in the fridge. I literally carry tiny squares of Parmesan cheese.
I have not seen that in our fridge, but I remember you telling me about that.
It's an amazing protein snack. Yeah. It also tastes better than a protein bar, and it's obviously a whole food. It's that and a chicken cutlet. Ooh, listen, I love a good chicken cutlet.
Yeah. Is breaded?
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
But also like I had one for breakfast recently. Who cares?
Right. There's no right or wrong way to eat.
So that was mine. I was like fueling. I was like, why am I making these rules for when and how I eat this food?
For sure.
No.
Love that.
I can have a yogurt bowl for dinner. Who cares?
Yeah. An
chicken cutlet for breakfast.
For dinner. Like cereal.
Who cares?
For dinner.
Just do whatever makes sense for you.
Exactly. So again, like none of these things are magic.
No.
They're not wands. Sorry, she's biting her foot and now I'm stressing. Of course, I take the cone off and she goes right to her stuff. But it's things that we don't think about. Yeah. It's things that maybe you're already doing, but that just didn't have that meaning for you. And so it's just kind of taking time to figure out like, okay, what actually benefits my day? What does this look like for my mental and emotional health? But like these habits can make us calmer. Yeah. Feel like more one in our bodies and in our life. They are building resilience of, okay, when things are really hard, I'm going to do this little thing and it's going to get me through on a hard day.
And it's already in your life.
Yeah.
And so like, I'm honestly really curious, like if you're reaching the end of this episode and you have something in your life that you're like, this enhances my life. Look, it doesn't have to be big. It can literally be like, I have this thing on my desk that makes me smile. Like for me, I have a Polaroid of my nephew on my desk. Yeah. Makes me smile, enhances my life. It also is like very grounding because I always laugh and I'm like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's going to be okay. Yeah. So we would love to know like what is either a habit or something that enhances your life and your mental health. We would love to know.
Yeah. But thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being patient while we got to do this one. We need a little moment of time to just like live life and have things.
Well, and again, it was one of those where like one of us was either out of town or the other. And then also like it's okay to also take some time.
Definitely.
It's the summer. So as always, Couch Convos is not a substitution from therapy. If you are interested in therapy, now is a great time to start. Most clinicians have some openings. Yeah. So if you are interested in working with us, go ahead and log on to www.soulhavengeorgia.com or on our socials, Soul Haven Counseling, Couch Convos the Pod. But of course, because this is not a substitute for therapy, if you are in crisis, please call 988, 911, go to your closest emergency room and get that help you so deserve.
That's right. And we're here when you need us. We love hanging out.
Always.
And we'll see you guys next time. Y'all stay cool out there. It's hot.